Hello everyone, and welcome back to Modded Minecraft. I am Reliikgaming, and this is FTB Infinity Evolved Skyblock. So, you'll probably remember in the last episode that we spent some time setting up the grinder from Mine Factory Reloaded, and that was ahead of trying to get ourselves a little bit of a better mob farm going on. Now, I've just popped that over there for now. In between episodes, I have taken the time just to sort of clear this area out, and I just sort of played around with a couple of options as to how, because I'm intending to have this entire space as a spawnable space. So yeah, I played around with a couple of options as to how I was intending to get the mobs from sort of over here into the fire area of the grinder. And so yeah, previously I've always used the fan from open blocks, but this time I've come up with a little bit of a better solution, and that is going to be to use the conveyor belt from Extra Utilities. Now, I've made a few of them up ahead of time, but yeah, they're pretty easy actually to make. So it's basically, if you just go into it, got some rails, a little bit of iron, and some redstone. And for just that amount, so you get 8 of those. And rails, just in case, I'll just go into that anyway, but they are relatively easy to make as well. So just requires some standard rails, which is just made by 6 bits of iron in the roller from Railcraft. And then the actual rail beds themselves, just 4 wooden ties. And that's made by putting some slabs into the carpenter along with some creosote. So yeah, all pretty easy stuff. And as I say, once you've made that and you make this, obviously as you can see, that makes 32 rails. So it is a pretty cheap process, even though there's a couple of steps to go through. Now the absolutely brilliant thing about the conveyor belt blocks is that they are actually a spawnable item. So basically all that's going to happen is the mobs are going to spawn in. I'm going to leave this room exactly how it is other than the block. And the mobs jump on here, it'll move them forward. I'm going to have them on both sides all the way into the center here. And then in the center there'll be some more blocks coming forward. And it'll drop them off into a little gap in here where the mob spawner is going to be. Now, the range of the mob spawner, the grinder. The grinder does have a little bit of a bigger area than that, but I want to have them pretty close, because I want a way of sort of getting in there and potentially manually killing stuff if I want to as well. So I want the mobs to be fairly close. I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. But one of the reasons why I want that option is because I want to actually capture an Enderman if one spawns, if I can at some point. And yeah, using the safari net, I think that's potentially in the pack. Let's just have a quick double check while we're talking about it. Yes, it is. So we've got this is the one that I want, the reusable safari net. I'm not even going to depress myself and look at the recipe for that yet, because it's probably horrifically more difficult than it is in standard. But yeah. Obviously, the reason being that I can then set up an auto spawner for Enderman, and we can increase our output of Ender Pearls. So that's that. So what I'm going to do then is I'm definitely going to eat really quickly just so that I heal up. I'm not really sure why I'm so injured, but there we go. So that's what I'm basically going to use. As I say, I did look at the fan as well, but yeah, the conveyor belt one out, a pretty cool item, say, because it's spawnable as well. It doesn't require any power, and yeah, that was what I wanted. So I'm gonna start placing these down. Now you place them from behind, and that actually gives you the sort of direction of travel. As I say, if I press F7, you should be able to. Oh, there's torches down at the moment. If I started taking torches away, then hopefully you'll see. Yeah, so they are actually spawnable blocks. Let's just put the torches back for now, just in case we have any accidents. And yeah, so quite looking forward to actually being able to get all of these down. And if I could actually get these so that I didn't go all over the place on them, then life would be all the better. So I'm going to get these up and running all over the place, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so that is all of the conveyor belts placed down. If I just go over to the back here, you can just see that basically mobs are going to spawn on here. They're going to be transported along to this strip in the middle, onto this one, and then they're going to drop down here right in front of the grinder. And now for the actual, say, the grinder, we'll pop that in as well so that we know where that is going to go. And that is basically going to go where this pressure plate was. So we're just going to take that out and we'll pop that. Yeah, we won't pop a conveyor belt there, that is for sure. We will grab the grinder. Obviously the grinder face away from the direction as to where it's going to go. No, wrong way. Face towards the direction where it's going to go. Like so. So that is the killing side, I believe, I hope. And yeah, so the next thing anyway is, let's just get this open. We want to basically get rid of all of this on here now because that is not needed. We're actually going to fill this space up with some glass, but we're not going to use normal glass. We're going to use the dark glass because that's going to allow us to kind of be able to look in. Let's just get rid of that as well. It's going to allow us to kind of be able to look in, so we'll be able to sort of come here and see what's going on. And yeah, it'll also make sure that it stays nice and dark in here. Now, I'm just going to pop another torch down just in case, even though there's no squares, just because I'm a little bit paranoid. But yeah, basically, we've got room. Let's just drop a few of these things into here. Dark glass is pretty easy to make. It's just a case, I think, of just some pulverized obsidian and some glass in the induction smelter. And I think we don't need any reinforced glass. Oh, I don't think we do anyway. We're going to use this dark glass here. So we basically need some thickened glass and some blackout curtains. So the blackout curtains is just some coloured wool, which is fine. We can make plenty of that. And then, yeah, the thickened glass requires us, I think the induction smelter recipe was the best, some normal glass and some sand, and then we'll get some thickened glass. So let's go and get some of that on the go. Now, I'm not sure that I know I've got some glass, I did have some glass in my inventory somewhere, but I think we might actually have to go away and maybe we can use stained glass. No, we probably can't, to be fair. But what we'll do anyway, we will grab some sand and just have a quick look and just see, because I'm sure that I had pretty much a stack of glass. There's 17 bits of it there. That might actually be enough. So we'll head over to we'll fall into a puddle first of all. We'll head over to the induction smelter, which is just here. We'll take that out. We'll pop in some of the sand. Now, should turn that into sand first of all, would have made life a little bit more easy. And we'll just pop that in there. We'll pop the glass in there. That will then really quickly actually turn into thickened glass. That's far quicker. I thought I was going to have to cut away while that did that, but yeah, that is a pretty quick process. Quite happy with that. I don't know why I'm taking those out one by one. I think it was just the excitement. And then, as I say, the blackout curtains. Now, yeah, I've got some grey wool on me, so we'll be able to use some of that. And we've obviously got plenty of access to dye and wool as well. So all is good. For once, something in an episode is actually fairly easy to get hold of. So that'll make us 12. And I think actually we are going to need just a little bit more of that. So I'm going to fly back up here. Just going to quickly grab my shears. In fact, running on this concrete is actually quicker than flying at the moment. We'll grab that as well. In fact, we'll grab that as well. And head on over to our sheep. And just quickly grab a little bit more wool. Just walk around and just quickly gather up all of this so that we can get some more of the curtains. So I noticed it did use 4 bits per piece, so that's fine. Okay, and we'll head over to the crafting table. Get that turned into the required item. It's really nice to have the tinker's tables back after playing with no Tinker's Construct at the moment, but as I said, I am enjoying that. As we head over here, and yeah, so we've got some wool, we've got some dye. Hopefully we can just use this. Yeah, we can. Cool. So we'll put that like that, grab that out, pop that there, and just make ourselves some more of the blackout curtains, and that will be plenty. Find the right direction to get back over here, that'll be great. And pop into here, grab that, pop that in there, and yeah, that's plenty of that. So the darkened glass, basically, if I just take out a couple of the torches here so that we can see we've got some squares, I now put the darkened glass in there like so. That's going to go all the way around there. As you can see, the last bit in there, they'll all turn to red squares. I can still see in, so yeah, I'll be able to see what's going on. So that's good. That's good. Break that away. And unlike normal glass, obviously you get to keep it. It doesn't smash. So just pop those back for now because we're not quite ready for that yet. Now the next thing that we're going to need to do then is we're going to need to get some power to this. Now, as I say, I decided, I might have mentioned it in the last episode, I decided against using any more of the wires, and I decided that I wanted to go with some of the energy conduits. So I've spent some time since the end of the last episode actually setting up a little bit of an automated process to make these. Now, it's not fully automated because some of the bits were just, I needed to set up some other machines which were a bit of a pain, to be honest, and that was namely the thermal centrifuge, which we needed some stone dust for this recipe. I'll show you the recipe in a sec. And we also needed sawdust, which, you know, it was just easier just to sort of pop those bits and pieces in. But basically, we've now got, I don't remember where it starts from now. So we've got here making basic capacitors. We've got here, which is making servos. And yeah, we've got here making the hardened flux duct. And finally, we've got this making the actual energy conduits. And yeah, it was the conduit binder because that needed the sawdust, and it also needed the compacted sawdust and the stone dust as well. And it was just easy just to make sure that was thrown into the system, and that can automatically make those for us. As I say, that was one of the quite fiddly little bits and pieces. I am trying to sort of just gradually get stuff automated. Now, I'm kind of wondering to myself why that's saying that's empty, but it's got glass in it. I am kind of wondering to myself why that is not emptying out. And that's because it hasn't got anything left in there. It was blood, not iron. Fine, we'll just leave that as it is for now. I think it's got blood in it because I accidentally fell in it at one point in time. So yeah, if we look in here anyway, I'm hoping to see that we have got some conduit binder in there, which is pretty cool. And that's all that we needed. So if we go over here with our wrench, and we need to get a fair number of these crafted up. And where are we? So here, say if we make about, say, 60 of those. So we're missing some conduit binder, some refined iron plate, and we're also missing some hardened glass. So let's just actually scale that back to 30 for now, and then we'll get there. Oh no, we're still missing bits. And looks like we can only actually make 10 lots of those. That's fine. I think I've probably got some in here already. We've got a few bits of it in there. So it looks as though we've got to go away and make some of the additional bits that we need anyway. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out, I'm going to make those bits, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I went away, I made some more of the redstone, of the energy conduit, And just to save a bit of time, I've actually, because I thought that was quite boring to watch, I've threaded this all the way through to the redstone energy cells at the end. And yeah, that's working pretty good. It filled up with power almost instantly. Now, we obviously have to keep an eye on the power as this is working, because I don't want other things to start to run out of power. So we'll probably look at some way of maybe being able to turn this on and off. But yeah, in the meantime then, what we are going to need, getting a little bit of lag from the game there for a second. I'm not sure what that was about, but that's fine. What we are going to need to do then is we're going to be able to have to find a way of getting the items out of here. And we're also going to have to find a way of getting the essence out here as well. Well, to get the items out, I've actually made a transfer node rather than using any more of the Ender IO stuff, and that's purely because for the item conduits actually required us to have some resonant Ender, which we obviously haven't got as yet. And yeah, so I'm kind of thinking to myself that hopefully I should be able to just pop that on there, and then we'll have a chest. I think we'll just use a normal double chest. Let's just dump some of this stuff away that I don't need right at the moment, just so that we've got some room to actually make this. And yeah, we'll just, for the moment, I'm fairly sure this is going to run out of space pretty quickly, but for the moment we're just going to make ourselves a double chest. As I say, that will definitely be upgraded, but that is fine. And I'm kind of hoping that I don't need a world interaction upgrade for that. I don't think we will do. But basically then we will pop the pipe like so, and that'll go into that chest. And then all we really need to worry about is getting the actual essence out of there. Now, I think the fluid pipe, let's just have a look. Fluid, what options have we got? Well, if we could spell fluid, then we'd have more options. We've got the stuff, we've definitely got the stuff from Buildcraft. Maybe we can use some of that, but I'm fairly sure, didn't I already use some fluid transfer pipes for the witch water over here? Let's see which ones that I actually used. We used the fluiduct. I think, actually, thinking about things, that is probably going to be the way forward, to use fluiduct. And just have a quick look. I don't think that I've got any. If I have, then yeah, that's pretty long forgotten, to be honest. But we made that really early on, so that's got to be a fairly easy item to make. Let's just have let's have a look at the conduit and see if that's. I'm going to assume that if the item conduit was difficult, then this will be as well. So let's try the energy. So we need reinforced servos, which it's not actually that bad, but I think I'm going to stick with the fluiduct for now. And to be honest, I probably could have made the fluid duct. I could have made the item duct as well, just to make life a little bit easier. So we just need normal fluid duct, which doesn't seem that we can make that. So we'll make the temperate one for now. So that's just going to require, we do it without hardened glass. So it requires plates anyway, and some glass in the middle. So we need to grab some more glass, and I'm hoping that we've got some of that in the chest, which we haven't. That's fine. We'll just order some more glass, and I'm hoping we've got some of the other bits in here. We've got some copper plate. We have got some hardened glass, and we only need a little bit of this, so that's absolutely fine. And there is some more glass. So let's just quickly knock together some of this. I think just one piece will do for now. And we're going to need, I think that required a lever as well as another servo Fine, let's go and grab those pieces. And did I see a servo in here already? I did, so grab one servo and I go and grab a piece of cobble. Have I really not? There we go. And a stick. My inventory is filling up again. I'll tell you what, the speed with which this inventory is filling up is it's crazy today. And just grab all those bits out. Quickly make ourselves a lever, stop messing about. Like so. Let's get back over there. And hopefully we've got all the bits together now. I've still got the dark glass. Hopefully I'll put that in this chest over here. So if I haven't, I've got to go hunting for that now. I didn't. Okay, so we've retrieved our dark glass. And I think we're going to have to potentially grab this out this side. So we'll put the fluid duct in here, like so. And then I will neaten this up just so that it looks a little bit better. And then we'll grab a tank so we can put that there. But let's just get this working first of all. So we got this, and we just need to get in there. Can I get over this at some point today? Maybe. Yeah, cool. So just got to get rid of all these torches in here, which is easier said than done when you're being pushed about by this thing. And we get rid of that one as well. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm kind of hoping, in fact, yeah, I was kind of hoping. Let's hope that nothing spawns down the other end while I'm getting rid of these things, because that would be pretty annoying. Although hopefully the conveyor belts will be protecting me from getting attacked. It's fine, right? Making a bit of a pig's ear of that. Get rid of that one up there. I think there's no more. Just get rid of that one. Come over here. Pop the hardened glass in here. So there's only actually a couple of squares in here, and that's just where we've got this little bit of light coming through here where it's an issue. So if we now come away from this and just let some stuff spawn in there, I'm kind of hoping that this is going to work. Because if it doesn't, then it's definitely going to be a bit of a pain. And I can definitely see something. In there. So there are definitely some mobs dying. That's good. We've got some essence coming out here. We've got some wisps flying about, which is never a good thing. And yeah, so we've got all the mob drops are being collected up into this chest. And why is that taking so long? That's actually taking a little bit longer to kill than I thought it would, but that's fine. As I say, maybe we'll upgrade this to a different sort of grinder at a later point. But I think, yeah, we're just going to have to accept the fact that there is going to be wisps floating about in here. And all we need to do to finish off this task then, really, is put the torch up here just to make absolutely sure. I don't think there's actually any squares outside, is there? No, there's not. We just need to grab ourselves some sort of a tank so that we can store this essence, and hopefully fairly easy option. We'll make a drum if I think actually that is potentially what we'll do, because they weren't too difficult to make, were they? Drum. So it just requires some steel, a weighted pressure plate, which is a couple of bits of iron, and yeah, I don't think that was too difficult at all. Hopefully these pipes will be compatible. Hopefully this has made enough of the electrical steel while we've been messing around over there. Certainly made a fair bit. And I tell you what, I am forever. Let's just get rid of some of these bits and pieces in there. I just noticed actually that I didn't need a servo or a lever, so it just automatically pulled the stuff out that we needed. Which is pretty cool. Okay, so we are going to need some iron plates to make the cauldron for this. And I don't think I've got any of those at hand. Oh, I have. Oh, excellent. Okay, I'm just going to grab myself a drum and I'll meet you back over at the mob spawner. Okay, so I've come back over here. I've put the drum down. That's working pretty efficiently. That's filling up quite quickly. So I would suggest that we're probably going to need to have more than one drum in there. What I have noticed is that this is working a little bit quickly. I might have to in between episodes get rid of some of the spawnable area in here. And yeah, so we're getting plenty of drops. And we're getting some treasure as well. I'm going to grab that out and see what that is quickly. And gold ingot. Pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to end the episode there. So in between episodes, we'll look at making this a little bit more efficient. But that is the basic idea. And I hope you liked the video. And if you have, drop us a like. Always much appreciated. And until the next time, guys, take care. Bye.